Every day, business leaders make critical decisions: how much to produce, what price to charge, whether to hire more employees, invest in new technology, or to expand into new markets. But have you ever wondered what influences these decisions? Some factors come from within the market, such as customer demand, competitive pricing, production cost, and resource availability. At the same time, businesses are also affected by large economic forces like inflation, interest rates, unemployment, government policies, and economic growth. To make informed decisions, managers need to understand both the perspectives. This is where micro and macro managerial economics becomes essential. Managerial economics applies economic principles to solve real world business problems and support effective decision making. It combines the concepts of microeconomics, which forces an individual consumer, businesses, and markets, with macroeconomics, which examines the overall economy and its impact on organizations. Whether you're deciding the right price for a product, forecasting customer demand, planning production, evaluating investments, or preparing for changes in the economy, economic thinking helps managers have logical, data driven, and strategic decisions. In this module, we'll explore the core concepts of micro and macro managerial economics, understand key economic terminology, learn how market focuses influence business decisions, and examine how broader economic conditions shape organizational strategy. By the end of this lesson, you'll have a solid foundation for applying economic principles to real world managerial challenges and making smarter business decisions. That said, if these are the type of videos you'd like to watch, then hit that subscribe button with the bell icon to get notified whenever we host. And just so that you know, if you are interested in pursuing an MBA from a globally recognized university without putting your career on hold, then the online MBA by Amrita Vishwa Vidyapeeth offers 10 industry-focused specializations including AI, business analytics, ESG operations, and more. Learn through live weekend classes or recorded sessions at your convenience, all at the fraction of a cost of a traditional MBA. This course comes with a wide range of benefits like placement assistance, opportunities for international exposure, and specialization developed with industry leaders like Grant Thornton, and a lot more. This program is designed for professionals who want to accelerate their careers. And if you want to know if this MBA is the right fit for you, click the link in the description box below and in the pinned comments to explore the program and its career benefits. With that, let's have a small quiz to test your managerial economic acumen. Which factor can increase the demand for the product? Is it higher consumer income, poor product quality, lower customer preferences, increase unemployment? Let me know your answers in the comment section below. Imagine you are the CEO of a smartphone company. Your sales have suddenly dropped by 20%. The financial team tells you profits are shrinking. The marketing team suggests reducing prices. The production team recommends cutting manufacturing costs. Meanwhile, the government has increased the import duties, inflation is rising, and also consumers have started spending less. Now, here's the question: how do you decide what to do next? Should you reduce the prices? Should you increase advertising? Should you launch a premium product? Or should you simply wait for the economy to recover? Every one of these decisions depends on understanding economics. And that is exactly why MBA students study managerial economics. It's not about memorizing economic theories or draw demanded curves. It's about using economic thinking to make smarter business decisions. Let's understand how. Think of managerial economics as the meeting point between economics and business management. Economics help us understand how people, markets, and government behave. Management focuses on planning, organizing, leading, and making decisions inside an organization. Managerial economics combines these two disciplines. It uses economic principles to help managers solve real world business problems. Questions like: should we increase the prices? Is it the right time to expand into a new market? How much should we produce in the next quarter? Should we manufacture the product ourselves or outsource it? Will customers continue buying if the prices increases? Every successful manager asks these questions almost every single day. Managerial economics provides a structured way of answering them. Every business decision has an economic logic. Suppose a coffee shop sells one cup of coffee for 200 rupees. One day the owner decides to increase the price to 250. What happens next? Some loyal customers continue buying. Some customers stop visiting. Some competitors attract those customers with lower prices. Now the owner has another decision to make. Should the higher profit per cup compensate for selling fewer cups, or the increasing the price a mistake? This is not just a pricing decision, it is an economic decision. Managers constantly evaluate costs, customer behavior, competitions, and profits before making decisions. That is why economics becomes a everyday management tool. The two perspectives of managerial economics. Managerial economics is broadly divided into two major areas and macroeconomics. Although they are connected, they answer very different business questions. Let's understand them one by one. It's looking inside the market. Imagine you're managing a retail company. Your focus is on one question like why are customers buying less? How sensitive are customers to price changes? Which competitor is offering better value? How much inventory should we maintain? Should we launch a new product? All these questions relate to individual business customers, producers, and markets. This is the world of microeconomics. Microeconomics studies the behavior of individual economic units. It focuses on consumers, firms, pricing, demand, supply, competition, production, costs, and also resource allocation. Simply put, microeconomics helps managers understand how their own business operates within a market. Now, when companies like Apple, Starbucks, or Tata Motors decide product pricing, production quantities, promotional strategies, or even market positioning, they rely heavily on microeconomic principles. As future managers, many of your daily business decisions will be influenced by microeconomic. Now, let's zoom out instead of looking at one company. Imagine you are looking at an entire country. Questions suddenly become much larger. Is inflation increasing? Will interest rates rise? Is unemployment growing? How fast is the economy expanding? Has the government introduced a new tax policy? Are exchange rates affecting imports and exports? These are not company level questions. They affect every organization operating within the economy. This is where macroeconomics come into the picture. Macroeconomics studies the overall performance of an economy. It looks at indicators such as economic growth, inflation, GDP, unemployment, monetary policy, exchange rates, and international trade. But they must understand them because these factors directly influence business performances. For example, during times of high inflation, consumers often reduce discretionary spending. Companies may experience rising raw material costs. Borrowing becomes expensive if interest rates increases. As a manager, understanding these economic signals allows you to prepare your business before problems arise. Now, why every MBA student must learn both? Here's an easy way to remember the difference between Here's an easy way to remember the difference between microeconomics and asks how my business is performing. Macroeconomics asks what is happening in the economy around my business. A successful manager needs both perspectives. Ignoring microeconomics may result in poor pricing, inefficient productions, or even weak competitive strategies. Ignoring macroeconomics may lead to poor investment decisions, expanding at a wrong time, or even unexpected financial risks. Together, they help managers make balanced, informed, and strategic decisions. Managerial economics is everyday business. Whether you work in a marketing, finance, human resource, operations, supply chain, or even business analytics, economic thinking becomes part of your daily work. A marketing manager studies customer demand, a finance manager evaluates interest rates before borrowing capital, an operation manager determines the most cost effective production levels, a supply chain manager analyzes fluctuations in raw material prices. Even HR managers consider labor market conditions while planning recruitment and compensation. In other words, managerial economics is not confined to one department. It supports decision making across the entire organization. Managerial economics is much more than an academic subject. It is a decision making framework that enables managers to think locally, evaluate alternatives, and choose the best course of action. Microeconomics helps us understand customers, markets, pricing, competition, and also business operations. Macroeconomics helps us understand the large economic environment, including inflation, GDP growth, government policy, interest rates, and even global trends. As an MBA student, learning both perspectives will help you connect business decisions with economic realities. Because successful managers don't make decisions based on intuition alone. They make decisions backed by data, market behavior, and sound economic reasoning. And that is precisely what managerial economics prepares you to do. And with that, we have reached the end of this session on micro and macro managerial economic skills. If you found this useful, drop a like and subscribe for more business administration breakdowns. And if you want a deeper dive into topics like business statistics, marketing management, organization behavior, and more, let me know in the comment section below. This is a Simply Learns video. Until next time, thanks for watching and stay tuned for more.